significant ride closures, updated shows, after-hours events, and festivals. All this and more.
This is your Disneyland guide for 2024.
So first things up, by the time you're watching this, it's likely that Christmas is gone. It's a day away from being gone as far as we're concerned, as far as when we're doing this.
Yep, it's over. January 7th, the holidays, they're out.
That's it.
So starting January 8th, one of the fireworks shows we've had here before is returning. Mickey's Mix Magic will be back on limited nights, so sometimes you'll have projections during the week, and then you'll have actual pyro with the Mix Magic show on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, Disneyland doesn't do a bunch for Valentine's Day. We'll touch on that a little bit more when we talk about Sweethearts Night.
Yeah.
But the first thing we need to touch on is that January 10th, Magic Keys are on sale again.
Yes.
Now, it's really different where it used to be annual passes were on sale all the time.
Yeah.
It ain't like that anymore. So you have to buy a Magic Key when they're available. They will sell out.
Yeah.
They only release a little bit. All tiers are open, and if you want more information on prices, blockout dates, etc., head to that Disneyland website.
Which brings us to the first thing that's happening is Sweethearts Night. It's a special event. It's an after-hours ticketed event in 2024.
Yeah, that's how they're going to be celebrating, Valentine's. Because, like I said, they really just don't do a lot here at Disneyland for that. They used to have a little photo op at Christmas Tree Point area.
Yeah.
They don't really do that anymore. We haven't seen it last year.
Yeah. You will see maybe a cardboard heart or something that you can take a photo with a cast member.
Yeah,
but
here and there.
Other than that, it's pretty minimal.
Right. So now after hours events for that Sweethearts Night, it'll start, I believe it's January 23rd is the first night, and then it's select nights in January and then some in February. Obviously the last one being, I believe, Valentine's Day or thereafter. We'll put those dates on the screen for you so you can see.
And what we've noticed, we don't go to all of the events as far as those are concerned. So what we've noticed, though, is there's certain days when those happen. The park seems to be mellow on some of those days because people know that it's a limited day for regular park guests. So
right, so they don't really want to buy a ticket.
I don't want to be there on a special event night and have to ask to leave at a certain hour for the special event.
Yes, and as we chronologically go through this whole guide, we're going to mention to you when the other after hours nights, because they're kind of through the year, so it's good to know.
They're spread out, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know definitely, like, hey, is there an after hours night on a day I'm planning a trip to the park?
Yeah.
This is why you subscribe to Best Life and Beyond.
We are over at the Fantasyland Theater for good reason, because the Tale of the Lion King is finishing its run for the season over here.
Well, we think it's for the season. We're assuming so.
We think it's coming back. That's just our guess. We have no idea.
It's not definitive, but you know.
But what I can tell you is, following up, I don't know how long it's going to be, but Celebrate Gospel's coming in.
Yeah, I think they're, so far when I saw I think I saw the 17th and the 24th. So definitely those shows are amazing. I remember there was a rainstorm last year and we just sat and watched Celebrate Gospel.
Yeah,
and
if you get the chance and you're here,
fabulous.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You've got vocally all these people just creating this unbelievable sound.
I got chills just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's really special.
Oh, so good.
That's coming in. Tale of the Lion King, we'll see you soon, hopefully. Okay, so next up, because we're going by the calendar here chronologically, we've got to jump over to DCA because Lunar New Year's coming. We love that festival.
We do. That'll start on January 23rd, which we will be here, and it'll run all the way till February 18th. And it's not one of those big festivals like Food and Wine or even Festival of Holidays. It's quite small, but we love it. I think the Mulan parade and, just being immersed in the culture, I think is what's so beautiful about it. It's truly one of our favorite festivals. It's, Year of the Dragon this year.
Year of the Dragon, the sights, the sounds, the smells, everything about Lunar New Year.
Food.
We love it. All right, we came over to the Haunted Mansion. We're over by the old Fast Pass area. Look.
Oh,
remember this?
what a memory.
Keep it in your memories, because this, along with a bunch of other stuff on this side, is going away. And we'll get to that in a second, but more importantly, chronologically speaking, January
22nd.
This will go away. So they extended it longer than they normally have.
Yeah. Normally it would end on the, when the holiday season ends, which would have been January 7th.
But I think because there will be an extended closure, I think they stretched it out. Is that what you think?
I mean, it makes sense. I'm not 100% sure, but it does make sense.
And the reason I say that is because we're trying to take little pieces of clues that this thing likely will stay down until August. That's my guess. Katie doesn't think so.
I don't know. I'm in the camp where like it does make sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I do have a theory.
Yeah.
Is that when the Haunted Mansion starts doing the refurbishment over here. So by the way, what they're doing, if you're not aware, they're going to extend the queue. They're building a store at the end.
On the other side by the exit.
Oh yeah, they're doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
But my reasoning is I feel like there's a slight little possibility if we start to see them taking down a lot of the exterior of Haunted Mansion Holiday that maybe
that'll be the only clue. I mean, if they do the inside work first, because I think there's some inside work being done as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I don't know. We don't know.
Because of the elevator shaft. So what if that has something? There's just a lot of variables.
I'm just going to say, I feel like it's going to be down for a while until August. That's my guess. The other clue or the other thing that I thought was a reason why Mansion is going to be down for a long time is because its neighbor, Pirates of the Caribbean, is going to be implementing Genie Plus for the first time. On the same day Haunted Mansion goes down.
And what does that mean for your trip if you're planning to be here at that time when Pirates has the Genie Plus? First of all, if you don't have Genie Plus, that standby line that normally would be maybe 20 or 30 minutes, it's now almost doubled because that doubles the time for standby. So kind of a good thing for Genie Plus, kind of a bad thing for standby.
And while we're talking about winter and what's happening here at this resort, over in Tomorrowland, the Astro Orbiter, you may or may not know, is under a heavy refurb. It's completely taken down. Like, its existence is almost erased. It looks almost like the old Tomorrowland with nothing in the way there when it wasn't there.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy looking. So it says winter 2024. Now, technically, I feel like that could be next year as well. So if it doesn't open at the end of February, then maybe it's like November, December-ish of 2024. So that also could be a reality. But that's something to keep in mind if it happens to be this winter.
Yeah.
End of February. Okay, and per the Disneyland website, the beautiful Mark Twain, as you can see, it's still under refurbishment. It's saying that it'll come back on February 3rd. We are so excited. As much as we love our Columbia, Mark Twain is still our number one.
Check that out. They've already repainted Mark Twain on the back of the ship here. How cool is that? Or the boat, I should say. And you know what that means? That means this is close to being finished. And that also means we're that much closer to the return of a little show that happens out there on that island and in the rivers of America. Katie, what?
Fantasmic! May 24th for that. We are counting down the weeks for that. I can't wait. But there's some changes coming for Fantasmic. Now, we are jumping a little bit ahead in our chronological time frame here, but there are some important things about Fantasmic when it returns. Murphy the Dragon, as we know her, she's not going to be coming back is what we're hearing. But something that is returning in the show that we are so excited about is the Peter Pan scene, that classic Peter Pan scene on the Columbia going by. One of my childhood favorite moments, and it's coming back.
And speaking of returning shows, mark your calendars. Magic Happens, the parade, one of our favorites. I think it's Katie's favorite.
Yes, February 2nd for that.
Yeah.
So excited. Usually I think there's 2 shows a day.
Yeah.
It looks so good in the day. It looks so good at night. I think it's usually about like 6-ish. But always check the calendar of the date that you're here to see the parade show times. But man, Magic Happens. It's such a Disneyland classic.
You don't want to miss that one. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And while we're in the neighborhood, it's not chronologically really... It doesn't lie anywhere because of the fact that they say Tiana's Bayou Adventure is coming in 2024, which could mean a lot of things. It's already 2024 and it's nowhere close. There's a guy walking down the stairs right now.
Yeah.
He's doing the drop.
But they are working almost non-stop on this. I feel like when you're at Disneyland and you see a lot of construction, there's some projects like the Astro Orbiters, for a good example, they're not working on it. When we've been here during the day, we haven't really seen a lot of work.
It would be too much of a disruption, I think, to the public. So,
which is, I think Tiana's at Bayou Adventure, my reasoning is I feel like summer 2024 is what they're aiming for because it's so hot. This is a flume ride where you will get soaked.
That's ambitious, and I would hope that would be the case.
Me too.
I'm thinking it's going to be later. That's just me.
When it's cold?
Well, it's not even about that. It's just I know the pace in which this company kind of goes with these projects.
Yeah, so you're saying even with full steam like this, where
Yeah.
I've not seen them not working.
I think this full steam is representative of trying to get it in 2024, like wedging it in there. But
no, that's fair. Tell us
knows?
what you think in the comments below. When do you think Tiana's Bayou Adventure will open?
And now we move into March, which is the start of spring, really.
Yeah, spring 2024.
Yeah, can you believe it? And, baby ducklings, we've got lots of flowers blooming, and, the temperatures are a little weird because sometimes it's cold in the morning and then really hot in the daytime, but spring, we have some things happening here at the resort.
Yes, we do. So one of those things is a new after-hours event, the Disney Channel night, and that is coming to Disneyland here. There's 2 nights. It's March 5th and March 7th. That'll mean if, like we mentioned earlier with Sweethearts Night, if you have a general ticket to the park, you have to get out of the park at 8 p.m. I think I mistakenly said 6 p.m. earlier, but it is 8 for general admission. We didn't buy tickets for that this time, but I'm sure there'll be a ton of content from there, and it looks like it'll be fun.
You know what else about 2024, Katie?
What?
We're going to be eating a lot more of those chocolate chip cookies from Harbor Galley.
They're so good. You could smell them.
My gosh.
Every time you walk by, it's
insane.
like,
Yeah.
It's intoxicating.
Yeah, it is.
But speaking of, I can actually hear the train going. There's still a rumor going around that the Disneyland Railroad.
We got to stop for this one. Yeah, hold on.
The Disneyland Railroad might be going down for a refurb. Again, we had heard from a couple people that the track needs to be replaced and
it was
fixed.
like you had said the track bed.
Yeah, something like that. It was,
I don't know.
So either way, let's kind of hope that doesn't happen because, man, I would miss the Disneyland Railroad. I think that's something we do almost every time we come here.
Well, the other thing that may kind of mess with it too is, the Haunted Mansion expansion is right next to the tracks there.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's not going to cause any issues. But if it did, I don't know, that would be a compounding reason for it to go down. So anyways, we'll keep our eye on it, but who knows? That's something that when you miss the Disneyland Railroad, when it's not there, it's like, oh man, it's tough, I'll tell you.
And also in March, Wondrous Journeys, one of our favorite fireworks shows, is going to be returning for a limited time until Pixar Fest starts in the spring. But just having Wondrous Journeys around and back makes us so happy. It was actually a show that they brought around for the Disney 100, and I think it just became such a fan favorite that they decided to bring it back. Even for a limited time, we'll take it.
And now jumping over to DCA, we have food and wine coming in March.
Yes, the festival will start March 1st.
Yep.
And again, it really is like the title, food and wine.
It is.
Lots of beverages, lots of food. They usually offer those little tabs for magic key holders or something.
It's a sip and savor pass, and it's quite a value. We always cover that. We'll be there for that, of course. Usually we go there on the cold open days or the soft open days or whatever they want to call them. So we give you guys a good preview of what's going on before you get there. Spring wouldn't feel the same without food and wine.
True.
All right, we're moving into April and we're in Tomorrowland for good reason. Katie, why is that in April?
April 5th through June 2nd, Season of the Force is back. You might be wondering, what is that? Well, Star Tours over here, they're going to have some new scenes. I think something about Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka scenes.
Ahsoka scenes.
They've done that in the past when new movies have come out. They've added scenes appropriate to the new thing that's happening.
Building around it, we're also going to have Hyperspace Mountain returning. It's going to be a Star Wars celebration, not just Tomorrowland.
But yeah, also in Galaxy's Edge, what I'm hearing is fireworks, which you can normally see from there. They're going to be pumping some music in now, some Star Wars music. I'm hoping John Williams.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm also hoping that something we've been saying for years is project the Force Ghosts up on that path over there by the Millennium Falcon. Maybe they'll do it.
Heck, we'll take it anywhere.
So look forward to that, because it's always a great place to watch fireworks. If you can't get a spot out here and it's nuts, go back there. But now they're actually going to play some John Williams music just for that season, for the season of Force. So
and of course there's going to be lots of food, music, all kinds of fun things to celebrate Star Wars. But if you're really a big Star Wars fan, a lot of people enjoy, and they have been enjoying, is the Star Wars After Dark events. So those events that we've been talking about, they're going to have a bunch of different dates in April and May. Obviously, May the 4th be with you.
Always.
So we will list those dates down there for you so you can see. But remember, again, like we said earlier, if you are a regular park ticket holder, the park will close early. So just make sure you plan for that.
I wonder if they'll bring back Phasma and her troops. Wouldn't that be cool? If
I'm sure they will.
Like, I loved that, and even Boba Fett used to be walking around here. I guess he's just Galaxy's Edge now, but...
yeah, but I can see the Phasma thing coming. I do. Right? I really do. I feel like that's going to happen.
Bring back Phasma.
Now, starting April 26th through August 4th, something that is so anticipated by so many Disney fans, Pixar Fest. It's coming back to Disneyland Resort. The reason I say Disneyland Resort is because it's going to be here in Disneyland and over at Disney's California Adventure. We're going to have a parade, Better Together, and there's going to be a bunch of like cool new things, like with some of the newer Pixar movies. So I think a lot of people are excited about that turning red. We're also going to be seeing the Pixar fireworks show, but also adding new scenes to it. So this is going to be really fun. I think a lot of people are really excited. I know we're excited. We had a good time during Pixar Fest originally when it happened. So I'm really anxious to see what other things they come up with that's going to be new. I think one thing some people were kind of talking about was over at Christmas Tree Point, they put up some concept art that I'm showing you right
here. There it is, yeah.
Of the Pixar display there. And I don't think I'm the biggest fan of it, but again, maybe it'll be different in person. So again, if you're looking forward to coming to Pixar Fest, those dates are April 26th through August 4th.
If I may, we're going to creep into May, Katie.
Okay.
Something that I seem to always forget about, and I hope you don't, because it can affect your experience here, grad nights.
Yeah, so grad nights are going to run through like most of the days in May, a little bit of June, I think until the 14th it is. There's just a lot of teenagers around, and it can be a little rambunctious around the parks. Again, they're teenagers. That's what they do.
And a little extra crowded and all that, but just be prepared for that time of year.
And on June 18th and June 20th, Disneyland After Dark Pride Night. Second year, it's an unforgettable after-hours event filled with joy to celebrate Pride. This was a very well-received event, and I'm sure it will be again this year.
And then that brings us to summer, which summer is just the full season for Disneyland. I think, 4th of July, there's going to be probably some fireworks and things like that, weather permitting. But the next big thing that happens is the Halloween season.
Oh yeah, the Halloween season is actually starting a little bit earlier this year, August 23rd.
All right.
Wow, I mean,
seemingly every year it gets a little sooner, but this year,
That I do wonder if it has to do with Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Oh, good point.
It goes against my argument, but...
it would have to be ready. Anyways.
Yeah, so who knows? But yeah, maybe that's what's going down.
Yeah. And that brings us all the way to the end of the year, and the holiday season's kicking in. We just left them, so it feels bizarre to talk about it.
It's so weird to think about it. So November 15th, the holiday season is going to begin once again here at the Disneyland Resort. That means Festival of Holidays, all the things that we love during
all the foods and the entertainment.
Shows. So good. So that'll end on January 7th, 2025. Can you believe it?
And we'll bring you this same video next year when 2025 hits, of course. And all these things that we've talked about, of course, we will probably have content related to it, more specific when it happens.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that, among other things here on Best Life and Beyond. And I hope it was informative, and let us know what you think. Are you coming to Disneyland in 2024? What are your plans? We hope to see you here. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to our besties, our Patreons, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Best Life and Beyond. Bye-bye, everybody.